Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your reason or season reading. I'm thinking about making this a series, so I'll see what the viewership's like and we'll go from there. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. The cards have been pre-shuffled. Oh, these are oracles and they're still a bit sticky. Trying to break them up, but I think the finish on them or the cardstock is pretty thick. All right, this is true love. This love is once in a lifetime. Ooh, perhaps this person is for more than a season. All right, so this is for Cancer. Reason or season, Cancer. Reason or season, Cancer. Bottom of the deck energy is the Devil. This could be Capricorn as well. This speaks of feeling maybe trapped, maybe like you have an unhealthy attachment. It could be that if we're looking at these two together, this could be you're feeling really just like this person is just absolutely it for you. There's that otherworldly connection, okay? Sometimes other people might go, wow, that's a really codependent relationship. That's toxic or unhealthy. But I think for this right here, it could mean that there's actually that complete and otherworldly true bond and connection, okay? So don't listen to, well, other people say, well, that's not, well, that's your relationship. Maybe we're looking at a really connected relationship here. All right, we've got the Emperor, Six of Cups reversed. There's that not able to let go because of, oftentimes you see these two together. Five of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands reversed, Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, and I've got to clarify a few here, so give me a minute. All right, well, I was going to clear just one card, but okay. All right, and then this one, Ace of Pentacles, please. Ace of Pentacles. Okie dokie. So, situation. All right, so this could be Aries. So, Cancer, you could be madly in love with an Aries. This is, I think this is more about the energy though. This is about a tried and true relationship. I think this is your adoration of this person. I think you feel very connected and I think you admire this person. I think there's a lot of, and I think you value the stability of this person and that the buck stops with them, okay? This is a solid relationship. This is if we're looking at the relationship, if we're looking at a person, it's the person, wise counsel, trustworthy, could be a father figure. If we're looking, or that you see your partner as a very solid, stable person. If we're looking at the relationship, this is one of those relationships that if you were to ever part, people would be just shocked, like, no, not them, because this is just a really solid, connected relationship. The challenge is that you are not able to let go. Well, why would you if this is a very solid and stable, connected relationship? Perhaps someone is holding a grudge. Maybe someone has gotten to the point where they have an unrealistic expectation of the relationship, where they're being rather naive about something. Sometimes, we get connected and everything's happy, and then real life happens on the outside, and all of a sudden it causes a lot of problems because someone doesn't want to leave that bubble of safety and security and connectedness. Especially as Cancers, you value that. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody likes security and stability. So your advice for this situation, right, is no more fighting. because I know that you probably feel trapped and like, I want to be heard. There's a disconnect between over here and us, right? Your job is to go inward and do some soul searching. No more fighting. You need to be working on the same page with this person. Now, your partner, their advice, their job is to, if we're talking about a secure relationship here, this could be, typically this means like material security, a new offer, all of that. I think what you might be fighting about is there's that insecurity. Somebody's restless. Okay, this might be somebody that needs to get a job or is in transition from job to job. And while this might be a very strong committed relationship, I think there's an issue of security here. Whether it's somebody is kind of closed off and taciturn, like they're kind of just not very demonstrative, and this is a rock solid relationship. This is something that's been around for a while, this relationship, or at least it's almost like, oh, that couple, they're like old hat, they've been together for years, this and that. So people would look at you like that or describe your relationship as such, that you guys are solid and secure, even if it's a newer relationship. But with that, sometimes there's you can sometimes take everybody for granted, right? So this is talking about how, don't mistake the emotional security for material security, in the sense that we still need to contribute to the relationship. I still need to feel secure in the relationship. However, this could also be that your partner needs to establish security in the relationship. They need to do something that would, I'm trying to find a nice way to say it and I can't. I think this is about your partner not having a job. And I think it's really messing with Cancer's sense of security and stability in the relationship. Okay. And yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay. And that I could see how that could cause problems. I mean, we could be talking about a Capricorn here because this is the devil, right? But it also could be like, I really love this person, but I got to have somebody that works. Okay, I've got to have somebody that is able to contribute. And I'm not talking about somebody that's getting laid off or has fallen upon, like, is disenfranchised or whatnot. It might be that somebody's just like, I just don't want to work anymore. And you might be thinking, well, that's not very realistic right now because we've got this and that and this. So while there's that connection, that, stable commitment, all of a sudden them not having a job or not having security has kind of thrown a wrench in the work. And for Cancer, they're all about stability and security and predictability to some degree, as far as having that connection as well as that stable ground to progress with the partner on. So if the partner's not working, if this is a miss, or if there is a security issue, I think this is about a job. But for some of you, this just might be about communication and feeling like you're the one and only, that somebody chooses you and wants to progress with you only, that sort of thing. Of course, we're talking about a committed relationship here, so maybe you've been feeling disconnected from your partner, and this is talking about, look, whatever you got to do, whatever you're dealing with, you need to come out of it because I need to feel connected to you. If we're not talking about a job, that's what this is, okay? And the partner needs to, for lack of a better phrase, cowboy or cowgirl up. They need to step up. Okay. Your lesson to learn in this is the Ace of Wands reversed. Let me clarify, because that's a doozy. That's talking about, I think this is, Cancer is a cardinal sign, which means that they are great at starting projects. However, the follow through, you might lose interest after a while. So that might be, you might start off being willing to champion their cause and all right, well, we're going to do this, that, and then all of a sudden it fades and then you get frustrated with your partner, right? This could also be because of the lack of security that you feel, or the lack of connection that you feel with your partner. You're not feeling that intimacy with them, that physical intimacy. And I'm getting kind of weird here and going off the trail here as far as, but honestly, that happens when somebody's security or propriety or integrity, that sort of thing, whatever is core to them is threatened. The passion, the romance, all of that goes right out the window. And I think the lesson would be to cultivate that, to realize that you love the person and that they're trying. Okay, again, no more fighting, no more work together with this person. We got the Five of Wands, this Five of Swords reverse. This is about working together, laying down the swords, assuming good intentions, assuming and realizing that you love this person, they're trying, and to not be reckless, to not assume that they're being reckless, to not try and fix it. I know that's random for the Fool reversed, but you can't do it for the person. So your job is to let them cart flop, to let them struggle, and to be in a supportive role for that. If it's just blatant to where they're just like, then that's different. But this is somebody that wants to be connected, but they have just been disenfranchised, and that's where the struggle is. I'm not talking about somebody that's abusive. That's different. That would be this. Okay, that's not this. This is a connected, solid relationship. We just have one partner that is detached or is dealing with something, their own issues of security. They're probably transitioning between jobs, and that's where the difficulty is. Your partner's lesson is to be more, I want to say loving or receptive to love. This is about if we've had a break in security, if there's a job in transition, if there's even, dare I say, midlife crisis, or we're transitioning from like college to the workforce, or the workforce into retirement, or changing jobs, that's where any kind of transition, the advice here would be to find and do what you love, and to connect from that, I don't want to say level, but just, this keeps feeling like a job to me, because if you're in a job that you don't like, or that, things like, it's hard to be loving to your partner. It's hard to remember to be thoughtful and romantic and do the little things. Like, this is about doing the little things, being kind, but also, that job ended. What did you learn from that? Okay. I don't want to lecture, obviously, but it's almost like, okay, two things. The job ended. If you really liked it, you can find something else. You can create something else. This is about creation also. This is about the beginnings, the muse, the, being inspired, the stirrings of creativity and being connected to either someone or something. So it could be that you go off on your own and you create, or you stay in the same position or the job because you really liked what you did. So this is not about feeling defeated and not about shutting down. This is about staying open and pursuing what you love, partner and job. Okay, so this is kind of like a job love reading here. And I think this is about not shutting down and being closed off. And this is for your partner. This is not for you, Cancer. This is for your partner. They need to stay open, and they need to pursue what they love, and they need to cultivate that. If they like something, stay with it, create from it. Even entrepreneurial spirit, fine, but just come from a position of love, because when they're happy, you get to be happy. But when they're not happy, they close down, and then you end up feeling not having a sense of security in the relationship. And there's certainly less of a passionate drive in the relationship. And then that can make you cranky. And then, it's just like this vicious cycle. But this is a connection here. So this is probably, you're just going through something. You're probably really stressed out. Again, this could be Capricorn, and feeling like, what are we going to do? Oh my gosh. But this too shall pass. Okay. As far as advice for the future, this is, I think you might be considering, because you feel like you can't let go, you don't want to let go. I think you're looking, the relationship is in review for you. And this has to do with how secure you feel in the relationship. So whatever is going on here, like I said, I'm thinking it's a job, but it could be something else that relates to this person feeling secure or threatens their stability in the relationship or makes them feel threatened. It's transferring to you, and it's causing you to review the relationship and feel like, well, maybe we should take a time out, or what are we going to do about the future? What are our options for the future? This is how far we've come. Now what? Okay. It's causing you to consider the relationship in review. Not that that's a bad thing. This could be about you thinking, all right, you lost your job. What are we going to do now? It could be that. Or it could be that, all right, I'm feeling like we need to take a break, not a breakup, just we need to set this down for a while, and I'm going to go to my, relative's house for a couple weeks, or you go, we're going to take separate vacations, something like that. However, I feel like this is a solid relationship. So I feel like this is more about you've hit a snag, especially where security or material stability comes in. And this is you, Cancer, thinking, all right, how can I support my person? Where do we go from here? Okay. All right. Hang on here. And it's hard because you love the person. There's that in love, especially if this is, what am I going to do? Well, but we need to be able to pay the rent, or, and some people say, oh, I don't worry about that. Well, some people do worry about that. Sometimes there's like this whole thing, well, relationship isn't based on material, or it is not, but love doesn't pay the rent. Just saying. Okay, I was going to pull another one, but this one wanted to come out. You are a channel for divine healing power. For this relationship with the Cancers that I'm reading for, your partner relies on you more than you know to be their rock, to be there. So while you're relying on them to be this rock right here, that your security is tied to their security, you provide more than they probably allude to, or that they let you know. And you questioning things, you probably fighting with them because the advice is not to fight, and you maybe withdrawing and pulling back is also throwing them for a loop. It might feel like you don't believe in them, or that you don't care about them, or that you don't love them. So you need to be emotionally available and present, and I don't want to say they're cheerleader, but honestly more supportive, or more present, at least emotionally. Like, okay, I don't know what to say, but I'm here, because I think this is about you being at the helm, even though it feels like maybe they are, or that you have your established roles. They rely on you more than you know. You probably know. I mean, let's be honest, but you're the emotional center for them. The emotional compass, the emotional barometer. Well-being, yes. Especially if this is stressful and you're worried about this security issues, your well-being might start to go by the wayside. You both need to reconnect to each other. This is about starting to feel like you're separating from each other, or you're losing that connection because everybody's so stressed out, and there's questions of security. The advice for Cancer, or the overall, is that they rely on you more than you know, and you need to ground and get centered so that you can be not codependently so, but just that come back to yourself, stop all the worrying, stop all the fighting, and just work together. And the relationship needs to come back to a center where you two are working together instead of working apart from each other. And I'm not saying take a vacation, no, but this is about everything stop. You and I need to talk. Somebody's going to listen, somebody's going to talk, and then we're going to switch roles. And hearing and listening to what each other says, and going from there to figure out what you're going to do now for the future. All right. Okay. Good God. 19 minutes. Okay, Cancer. Thank you for stopping by. This was your reason or season reading. It looks to me like, again, this is somebody that's longer than a season. Definitely not for a reason, but there's a connection here. Definitely. I hope this was helpful, and I thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.